Welcome. This is the first episode of the Undiscovered Paranormal podcast. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Moonville Tunnel. Hopefully, you guys are following the socials and YouTube and all that stuff. So, you could have seen that this was going to be the first episode. With that being said, let's jump in it. Moonville Tunnel is located in southeastern Ohio. It's known for its history and alleged paranormal activity. Moonville was a small mining town in the late 1800s, primarily supported by the railroad industry. The town got its name from the Moon family, which was a family that lived in the area that was very well known. The tunnel was constructed in the mid 1850s as part of the Marietta and Cincinnati Railroad. If you guys don't know, I'm closer to Cincinnati, so Moonville is about 3 hours and 15 minutes away from me. I can't be exact on that. It served as a crucial link in transporting coal and other goods. By the early 20th century, the coal industry declined, leading to the abandonment of both the town and the railroad. The last train passed through Moonville in 1988. So many folks traveled through it. It was the closest depot for those living in the remote outlying areas in the 1880s. An engineer was driving along the tracks. That the tracks were shared from eastbound and westbound. So if you could imagine one going one way, one going the other, that's what caused the crash in the tunnel. So two trains collided. Some people died. Engineers. The reason why one of them, they didn't communicate through the radio, didn't communicate, or however they communicated back then. I don't know if in the 1800s they had radios to communicate to each other, but when they had collided, I guess one of the engineers had survived and said that he had seen an engineer near the tunnel with a lantern in his hand. So it's a bit scary, and you ain't got nobody to tell. You get distracted, and boom, there goes the crash. So some things that have happened in the Moonville Tunnel, paranormal wise, because this is a paranormal channel. It's what we mostly focus on. So that was just one of the biggest things that had happened. Two trains collided in the Moonville Tunnel. It's no longer in use, but there are very many people that investigate it to this day. I would recommend you go out there and go ahead and investigate it. The reason why I haven't yet is 3 hours away. Plus, we're in a time where everybody's heard about the Moonville Tunnel, so I'm sure there's many people during the day that go out there and many people during the night that go out there. The reason why I'm a solo investigator in the paranormal is because I don't want all that interference in my evidence. I want to bring you guys evidence that's very clear and prominent compared to being there and you got somebody down a ways and you hear echoing and reverb, and that's just not, to me, it messes with your audio, it messes with your evidence. So that's why I'm a solo paranormal investigator. I prefer it that way. Do I get scared? Yeah. Is it lonely? If you're not talking to the spirits, it is. Anyway, so there's been ghost apparitions, EVP recordings, orbs, and light phenomena. One thing you'll learn about me as we progress through this podcast and through the YouTube channel and all that stuff, when it comes to orbs and light phenomena, I'm not a big believer in orbs. There's too many variables that can debunk orbs. So again, when it comes to the paranormal, you can't doubt it. But the best way to overcome your doubt is to witness it, have the evidence to it. So I haven't had evidence of orbs, so I can't really say that that's something I've really believe in the paranormal atmosphere. Uh, but anyways, you have eerie atmospheres. So the tunnel, it's a tunnel. Of course, it's eerie. It's outside. It's surrounded by woods. And like I said, there's people all around there. You know, we're in hard times now. Who knows if there's homeless people there. Um, yeah, so it's always iffy investigating outside. I had done an investigation on the one of the supposed crybaby bridges here in well, not here in Middletown, but in Oxford. We're in Ohio, just so you guys know if you're new here. And we had been ran off of the bridge 10 minutes into the investigation because, once again, it's outside. There's people that live around there. It was a one-way bridge, so cars were coming in and out constantly. I might have a clip or two that I might post to the YouTube if you guys aren't following me. My YouTube's The Undiscovered Paranormal. TikTok is The Undiscovered Paranormal. Facebook is The Undiscovered Paranormal. We are new, so we are building. I'm not new to TikTok. I've got a gaming channel on TikTok called Paranormal Gaming, where I just game and chill and hang out with the people. It's a fun time. So if you guys want to follow that, go ahead. But the main focus right now is getting the podcast going. So this is why we're doing this. The YouTube channel I am getting going slowly. It's just I can't get into investigations right now because, like I said, outside investigations are hard because it's either public property or private property, or somebody's land, or somebody gets a butt hurt and they come after you. And I'm not somebody who likes conflict, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll leave respectfully. I'd rather do inside investigations. I did one with the Ghost Sisters. If you guys don't know who that is, look them up. Ghost Sisters, based out of Marion, Ohio. Cool bunch of women. We did our first investigation with them, ours, because I was part of the 13th podcast, and that's what we did with them. It was an okay experience. Again, there was people there. They interrupted, and they messed up the evidence quite a bit, knocking on walls and stuff, and we knew it was them. So I branched off of 13th podcast, wanted to do something on my own. Went with the Undiscovered Paranormal. Undiscovered because a lot of paranormal stuff has not been discovered yet here in Ohio. It's just speculations and stories. Again, you don't know if it's real unless you get your own evidence. So that's why I did that. I'm a huge enthusiast in paranormal. I've got books upon books upon books. I talked to Jeanette Quakenbush, the Ghost Sisters, and it's a growing community here in Ohio. And as you guys know, or may have heard, Ohio is the most haunted state in America. We're going to try and get into that. But the reason why I haven't been able to do investigations indoors is because it costs a lot of money. And people don't just willingly invite you to come investigate for them, or in their places or abandoned buildings or whatever. It costs a lot of money to do these investigations. Not saying we won't do outside investigations. We will eventually. Anyway, let's get back to the Moonville Tunnel. More apparitions. So one of the most famous legends is that of a ghostly figure of a man carrying a lantern, believed to be a former railroad worker who died in a train accident. Witnesses claim to have seen this apparition walking along the tracks or near the tunnel. When it comes to EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena, if you guys didn't know what EVPs are, it's a little recorder. You record it, you ask questions, they reply to you, or they don't reply to you. Unexplained voices and sounds are captured on audio devices have been reported by investigators there. With the orbs and light phenomena, visitors have reported seeing strange orbs of light and unexplained flashes of light inside the tunnel, sometimes captured in photographs. Again, it can be altered. All evidence can be altered, but when it comes to orbs and lights, that's the easiest thing to alter. It's the easiest thing to go, oh my god, that's paranormal. It's an orb. And it could be just a speck of dust, a bug, a flower, one of them dandelions. You blow, you guys get it, right? Many visitors describe feeling a sense of unease or being watched when they're near the tunnel, even during daylight hours. So, one of the other owners of the 13th podcast, Mortis, or my cousin Arthur, he's got this feeling all the time that somebody's always watching him, and that's his unease. And if you think about it, when it comes to the paranormal, something is always watching you and listening to you. So just keep that in mind. Besides the lantern carrying man, there have been reports of other apparitions and shadowy figures seen in and around the tunnel. All in all, Moonville Tunnel has become a popular spot for paranormal enthusiasts and history buffs alike. The tunnel is now part of a hiking trail, and visitors are cautioned to respect the area's historical significance and safety regulations. In summary, Moonville Tunnel's history as a once thriving railroad hub has given way to tales of paranormal activity, making a unique destination for those interested in both history and the supernatural. Like I said, it's paranormal. When it comes to this field, in most people's eyes, everything is a lie. But you will never know unless you go and find it for yourself. I appreciate you guys taking this 10-15 minutes to listen. I do encourage you guys to share, like, follow, subscribe wherever you're at. YouTube channel is The Undiscovered Paranormal, same as my TikTok, same as my Facebook. I hope you guys have a good night. And remember, if you're not scared, go if you dare.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you follow and subscribe on all platforms.